Nature has endowed Kashmir with spectacular beauty. From its verdant coniferous forests to the breathtaking view of silver lakes that are stunningly crystal clear. Kashmir harbors numerous wetlands of international importance. The most important lake, which is one of the largest freshwater lakes of Asia, is Wular Lake. Located 34 km northwest of Srinagar city, Wular Lake lies in the districts of Bandipora and Baramulla. River Jhelum, which flows through almost the entire length of the valley, passes through this majestic lake. The river Jhelum enters the Wular Lake in the south at Baniari and leaves it from west at Ningli Sopor. The river follows a westerly course for 120 kilometers, joining Kishan Ganga at Domail in Muzaffarabad. Majority of the wetlands in Kashmir are directly or indirectly connected longitudinally and attitudinally with the river Jhelum. Wular Lake plays a significant role in ecological and economic spheres. In the hydrography of the Kashmir Valley, it acts as a huge absorption basin for floodwaters. Irrigation and water supply are the primary water uses linked with the hydrological regimes of Wular. While as in the downstream reaches, its water is used for hydropower generation. The lake provides sustenance to thousands of people living in and around the lake. The lake contributes about 60% of the fish yield of Kashmir, and around 8,000 fishermen earn their livelihood from this lake. In addition, a huge chunk of population is dependent on the lake for fodder. People also earn sustenance by harvesting trapa and nilambu from the lake. The lake with its associated wetlands is important habitat for migratory waterbirds within Central Asian Flyway and supports rich biodiversity. The catchment of the lake supports coniferous forests and alpine pastures, adding to the natural beauty and biodiversity of the wetland area. Recognizing its biodiversity and socio-economic values, the Wular Lake was designated as a wetland of international importance under Ramsar Convention in 1990. Over the past many decades, Wular Lake had been battling for its survival, with environmental threats emerging from multiple sources. Siltation had been one major persistent threat to lake ecology, as River Jhelum deposited large quantities of sediments directly into Wular Lake. An area of 27 square kilometers of lake had been found critically silted in the survey carried out in year 2007. Plantation of willow trees within the shoreline of Wular Lake had affected lake hydrology and accelerated sedimentation within the lake. Discharge of high levels of untreated sewage and solid waste into the wetland had decreased the quality of water. Fragmentation of wetland regimes had also taken place due to changes in land use and blockages in inlet and outlet channels. Encroachments had been taking place due to absence of demarcation. Poverty in wetland-dependent communities, hunting of birds, forest degradation in catchment areas, and weed infestation had been threatening the survival of lake. Apart from decrease in the water holding capacity, the food availability in the lake had also been declining, and the majestic lake had been slowly losing its rich biodiversity. Realizing importance of Wular Lake and its vulnerability, the government of Jammu and Kashmir constituted Wular Conservation and Management Authority in the year 2012 with an objective to conserve and manage Wular Lake and its feeder channels, as well as treat its immediate catchment area. After coming into existence, the authority first completed the demarcation of Wular boundary. 1,159 boundary pillars have been fixed and geotagged using remote sensing technology. An estimated 78.32 lakh cubic meters of silt has been dredged out from Wular Lake, thus restoring an area of 4 square kilometers of Wular Lake to its original condition. 6-kilometer long choked Nas Nala has been desilted by WUCMA to restore the connectivity of Wular Lake with adjoining marshes. In Phase 2, dredging operations, cutter suction dredgers were employed by WUCMA to carry out the efficient, fast and quality dredging from Wular Lake. The working principle of CSDS is that it disintegrates or breaks the cohesion of the soil to be dredged mechanically by its rotating cutter head. The cut soil is then sucked in by dredge pumps. The dredged material is then pumped ashore within designated dikes using pumps and floating pipelines. Afforestation activities and soil and water conservation measures were carried out in immediate catchment of Wular Lake to arrest soil erosion and improve groundwater recharge. WUCMA has so far planted 16.76 lakh plants under Catchment Conservation Plan. Willows which have severely altered the hydrological processes by acting as barrier to silt-laden waters are being removed in a phased manner. So far, around 1 lakh willows have been removed, which have fetched a revenue of 19.47 crore to government exchequer. The dumping sites of Bandipora and Sopore towns, which were located near Wular Lake, have been shut down by WUCMA in order to prevent discharge of waste into the lake. At the same time, the capacity of urban local bodies regarding waste handling and management is being built to enable them to scientifically manage waste, which will in turn prevent water pollution. Focus has been given to conservation of wildlife within and outside the Wular Lake through enhanced patrolling, prevention of poaching, construction of rescue center and construction of watchtowers. To tap the ecotourism potential of Wular Lake, boating, bird watching, nature camping and other activities are being initiated. An eco-friendly Wular Boulevard containing various lookout points, ghats, interpretation centers and parking areas along the 83.6 km periphery of the lake has also been proposed. Wular Lake is our priceless natural heritage. It is our responsibility to protect it. Come, let's join hands and protect this lake.